and then we can maybe see Roccat be more aggressive in the early game.
Yeah, just got to relax, got to let it go. But the lineups are locked in now, so tell us who you think is going to win this game. Tweet at LL Esports using the hashtag H2K win or ROC win. We're going to go ahead and check on those results in-game. This one tower will go down in the top in just a moment. There it goes.
Yeah.
And this is going to be, however, an H2K Dragon.
And notice how Roccat made sure the tower killed every single minion before they took it down, so now the two winner. Normally Annie is fantastic at roaming early on, even Janna can actually do it. But no, there's no ganks in the mid lane or anything. The junglers have just been there to secure farm as well from the top laners. And because H2K got the first dragon, now got the second one. And again, we
know the Rek'Sai scream. That's
Jango's
happening.
here too.
Oh, he's going to wander a little bit too close. And there goes the Tibbers, the Shockwave, and the first blood. It goes to Ryu.
No, Odoamne actually took the top lane turret. So tower's starting to fall. Should open up the map a bit. And for potential fights.
Yeah, they seem to be a bit energized by this one, but maybe they've overstepped their bounds, or maybe Overpow is the one getting pushed in. Still not quite tanky enough, and they're keying off on him despite the Vander ult. Now they're going to turn attention to the Janna. Lulex, they have the damage, and they manage to pick up a support 2-0 on the kill score. And H2K...
Again, one of the reasons I guess he's picking this is just for that side step.
Oh!
Jan in here.
Yep,
he's in
Spell
trouble.
Shield is burned on the hunt. Nuke Duck flashing Tomb. And he claws his way out. Damage. Jankos is ready for the tag team once again, but Overpow is actually backed away. There we go. Flash Odoamne, though. He might be backed into a bit of a corner here. They've got the damage. Overpow just keeps on moving and moving back with the Meganard timing. Odoamne, can he get away? Dodging the Q again.
Okay, just keep looking for these fights. You have a lot of engage options because of the Sivir with the Annie lined up. Odoamne looking for another fight against Overpow.
Ooh, Gnar backwards, and he goes mini Gnar actually. Even though the Vengeful Maelstrom is on, he's really making Overpow regretting really trying to take the one-on-one here. It's a very, very slow fight. Flash.
Slow.
He's not going to be enough, though. Twisted advance back on in, but Odoamne should have enough damage to polish him up. Quickly, there's not a lot of reaction. The Janna shield is hardly going to be enough. The tornado does come out, but the turret is just about done, and that is going to be it. They drop the Tibbers on Nuke Duck, and he's gone before Vander can even heal him, who has to flash himself. Chilling Smite, they're chasing Woolite away, and he can't even get back to the base gate. There we go. Jankos is going to get the safeguard. Lulex pushed back, but now they're onto the inhibitor turret. The switch has been flipped, and H2K have gone up to 11. They find Overpow, a little bit more damage there, and they're able to take him down. Roccat are just getting so shut down. Inhibitor 1. It looked like it wasn't going to be a 23-minute one, but it is, Deficio.
It is indeed. H2K looking very these team fights, and he's not going to hit that point because H2K, they keep playing aggressive. They take the Baron as well now. Roccat way too slow to react.
Yeah, they come in just a little bit too late. Overpow is going to get knocked against the wall and taken down. Ryu adding another to his kill score. Woolite just backing away with the net, but the house
to surprise someone in the bush where you don't expect
it.
Lulex is going to face check it.
Yeah, he's actually going to go down in just a moment. There he goes. They spend quite a lot on him. Roccat does manage to come up with that play and jungler off the table with the live dragon.
And notice how Roccat didn't actually move while they were standing in the bush, so the tremor from Lulex didn't manage to spot them. So obviously you have to move around before you can see it.
So the tower, it's just barely going to go. The Shockwave didn't go anywhere, Ryu. The Tibbers is down, though. Kasing is as well. They find Overpow as Vander spends the Monsoon Flash as well away from the rest of the team. But this inhibitor is going to be forfeit.
There was only 4 players from H2K here. Of course, no ulti for Nuke Duck in that fight here. And while the Shockwave missed, it just shows how far ahead H2K are. You can miss your Shockwave, you're going to be 4 guys, and yet you win the fight and you destroy the enemy base.
They're so far ahead, they don't need to rely on this Wombo combo that they've got, and that's still in the back pocket, even in the worst of situations. Last inhibitor taken down. Roccat are scrambling inside their base. Actually, the other one just comes back up, but they don't really need it anyways. Woolite, he's going to be smited down. Lulex kicked away. Nexus Tower 1 is going to fall. Here comes Jankos to try and save the day, but I don't think he's going to make the super play. Inhibitor already, they're working it down again, and that is another 3 taken off the board. Overpow trying to be the hero himself. He's going to twist it advance. Lulex has to flash away from this one. Ryu, Odoamne all very low. Woolite is going to pick up Yarn, and maybe they can find a turnaround here, but their base is in shambles. They need the shutdown. They need to keep finding kills, but it's still only a 2-for-1. Evolution from this squad. Odoamne has been really well together with the team, and now Nuke Duck is trying to make the play on him. He's going to go down. They're still going to find Kasing finally, they invest so heavily into picking off the Annie. They lose Nuke Duck, they lose Overpow. I can't even speak how fast these kills are going. Goodbye, Jankos, Woolite running back to Fountain, staying alive just barely as he's trying to get those fantasy points. But the Nexus is already done. 30 minutes, 16 seconds, and H2K stack another win on the board.
2-0 now for H2K. They start out week 1, lose both games. Next week 2-0, then they lose both games again, and now 2-0 in week 4. What a great week for them.
The trend continues. H2K, yeah, another quick game. That actually
31 minutes yesterday against Elements.
That beat their record from yesterday. Yeah, they did it in 30 minutes, 16 seconds. Smiles all around, and Kasing, the new guy on the team. You can't get much better than a 2-0 start.
And we had this talk here about H2K having some problems in terms of shot calling. Beforehand, there were too many people trying to call what was going to happen, and they didn't always agree. Now, after they made this change, and Kasing has to come in as support, we don't know if he's making those calls, or maybe it's just relying more on Oduame, who we know is a very aggressive shot caller. He wants to go in, he wants to fight. We've really seen H2K push their advantage 2 games in a row now against Elements and Roccat, 2 very, very strong teams, but also 2 teams who struggle in the early game. And that's where H2K has taken full advantage of that and now win the games.
Indeed they have. Now, it seemed like in their losses it was always trouble trying to close this out, but this time not so much an issue. You see Coach Prawley in the background, and he knows his team deserves some congratulations in that situation. They weren't without the flaws, but for Roccat, going 0-2 now on the week, after being so vaunted, after being so talked up, it's got to be rough. And